In the shadows of an ever-growing city lives a struggling homeless population of undocumented immigrants. Miami continues to see a rise in homelessness, many of them newcomers chasing an American dream, but instead finding dead ends in a maze of misery.
There's no question the population is increasing. Some of it's first-time homelessness, some of it's chronic. And then the second piece of it is you've got an immigrant population that are making their way here. They're not all on the buses from Texas to Connecticut and Texas to New York. Contrary to popular belief, people are getting here in other ways. They're getting here on buses, they're getting here in cars, they're getting here. And all of them don't have relatives here.
Juan David Moreno is just 23 years old. He was born in Medellin, Colombia. He first traveled to Spain with a brother in search of opportunities. When that wasn't working out, he moved on and landed here in Miami last December.
I haven't been able to find a job here in Miami, nor anyone that can help me. Shelters are not accepting people. They won't let me in. They barely help. So I have no other option but to be out here.
He says his passport and identification cards were stolen while he slept in this area. Without proper documentation, he can't legalize his immigration status. Juan David says he's just tired of knocking on doors.
I've even stopped the police right here and asked them to help me get deported.
Juan David tells us that the police refuse to help with his deportation. He also says that the Consulate of Colombia has not responded to his pleas for help. Without money or papers, his options are very limited.
I'd honestly prefer to be back in Colombia. Over there, at least they're good or bad. I can get an ID, I can find a job in whatever, and at least I can survive. Not like here, on the streets, sometimes without taking a bath, going through hardship. It's so much that sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy. It's very difficult, really. I've never been through anything like this, and I definitely never imagined I would end up on the streets.
Every Tuesday, a team of volunteers from a local church brings food and fellowship to the homeless here. The Tuesday when we met, Juan David even got a haircut. He smiled at me while sharing his story, but it was a pained smile, like a mask worn by a young man, barely hanging on. Nitza, Soledad, Perez, CGTN, Miami.